Hi, welcome to DappBlocks. In this video, we will learn how to swap tokens on Uniswap using Ethers.js. If you are new on this channel, my name is Himmat. Here we learn all fundamental concepts and practical development of blockchain technologies. So, if this is something helpful to you, then press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Prerequisite. First, Node.js. You can download Node.js from nodejs.org. Second, Infura. Sign up to the infura.io and get HTTP RPC URL. Uniswap. Uniswap is a decentralized crypto exchange on the Ethereum blockchain where you can swap one token for another. Let's quickly understand how Uniswap works with an example. There are multiple liquidity pools in the Uniswap. In a liquidity pool, there are two tokens, for example ETH and token A, or USDT and token A, or any pair of combination. Here, liquidity owner adds initial liquidity in certain ratio in the pool. That means owner will add ETH and token A into the pool. Once liquidity available in the pool, people will start trading the tokens. One can swap ETH for token A or swap token A for the ETH. Also, any user can add the liquidity to the pool and get certain percentage of the trading fees. One can remove the liquidity from the pool. Let's jump to the coding part and try to execute one swap function. Here we have already covered some basics of Ethers.js, then transfer ETH and then transfer ERC20 token. If you have not seen those videos, I would highly recommend to go and watch those videos first. Now we need to write one function for the Uniswap swap functionality. So before that, we need to install the npm package, which is that is installed, and Uniswap SDK. So this package is required to use the or to connect to the Uniswap router. So if you see here in the package.json, this Uniswap SDK got added. Now let's go to the index.js. Let's comment this part for now. And we need to write the Uniswap swap function. So async function Uniswap, complete the structure, and from here you need to call this function. Okay. Now constant router. So we need the Uniswap router address first. So router equal to, you can hard code this for now. So router. Okay. You can go to the Etherscan, and this is the Uniswap router address. You can go to contract, or you can just copy this contract. If you see here, this is the Uniswap router. You can just copy this contact address and add it here. Okay. Then we need the Uniswap ABI. So constant Uniswap ABI equal to. So there are multiple methods or the functions in the Uniswap router. Here we are going to cover one function, which is swap function. Let's go to the contract. Here you can find all the functions which are there in the router. So let's search for this function. So we're going to use, if you see here, swap functions are there. Swap ETH for token and swap token for ETH. So we are going to use this particular function swap exact ETH for the token. You can directly copy this as it is and paste it here. You can just add the double quote. This is the single element in an array. So you can write. Okay, this is fine. So here we need the amount out, then amount out mean, then path, then address to address, then the deadline. So we need all these parameters. So we have to create these parameters. So before that we need to have the Uniswap contract. So here you can write like new ethers dot contract, then you need to pass the router address, ABI, insert ABI, and then the provider. Okay, so we have this Uniswap contract. So provider, if you see here, this is the this uses the HTTP URL which is from the infura.io. Okay, now Uniswap contract. Okay. Now we need to connect to this contract using the signer. So this is Uniswap signer equal to Uniswap contract dot connect, and then you can provide the signer. Okay. Now we need to prepare these parameters. Token to check. Okay. For this we need the token address or the get the token with the help of feature. So await feature dot. If you see here, as soon as we added this required Uniswap SDK library got imported. We are going to use multiple functions from that library or from that module. So the first one is to get the token details. So fetch token data. Here you need to pass few parameters. Fetch token details. Okay. Here you need to pass the token address, chain ID. Here you need to pass the chain ID. So we need first the chain ID first. We need the chain ID. So chain ID, each testnet or mainnet is having a unique chain ID. So here you can get the chain ID using chain ID dot. Here we are using the link B. So this is the link B testnet. For mainnet, you can just you can simply use chainnet dot mainnet. So for mainnet, chain ID dot mainnet. So each blockchain has its unique chain ID. So depending on your requirement, you can get that chain ID. So here we need to pass this first chain ID, then the token address, then the provider. So let's see the token address. So token address, let's consider this DappBlocks. Okay, copy this, and this is our own test token. So we have copied that address. Okay, so this will get us the token details. Then we need the width. This is the wrapped version of the Ether. So here we can get using width and in bracket or the width of chain ID. This will return the width address or width details. Wrapped width. Okay. So width is added here. This is again from the Uniswap SDK. So feature, chain ID and width. Till now these three we have used. Now we need the pair details. So we can use the constant pair equal to, again we can use the await feature dot fetch pair data, and here we need to pass again few parameters, pair for liquidity. Okay, now the liquidity pair. Here you need to pass the token and the width, and last parameter is provider. Okay, now we need the route. So route here, if you see this route from the express, this should not be there, this should be from the Uniswap SDK. Just remove this. This is the route as in the pairs. So for route we need to pass this pair, then the width. So this will give us the route as in how we can swap the tokens. Okay, then we need those parameters that is required to swap the token, so that we can call the transaction parameters. So we need the amount first, to swap amount. So here we are using the swap ETH for the token. So input amount or swap amount should be in Ether. So let's consider this amount O.001. This should convert that to the Ether UI. So this is ether.details.pass Ether. This will convert our amount into the UI. Okay, then we need this. We need the trade. So we need to get the trade info. So this is used to get the tokens, or how many tokens we can receive for this particular ETH amount. Or the other details as well from the table. So for that we need to new trade For that we need to have the new trade. Okay, so trade is got added, new trade, and then route. We need few parameters, that is route, and token amount. So token amount again is nothing but the swap amount, and the trade type equal to this token amount should be the swap. So we should so for the token amount we can use the function called the token amount. So for that, new token amount in bracket, that is width, first parameter is width or wrap width, then we need the swap amount, so we have to move this down. So okay, so we need the swap amount, then okay, let's go to implementation first. Okay, swap amount, and this trade type should be a trade type dot exact input. So for this swap amount we will get the trade info. Okay, now we need to get the amount out mean, or we need to calculate the amount out mean, amount out mean, then the path, then we have the to address, then we have the deadline. Okay, first we'll get the amount out mean, constant sleep. We need the slippage over here, so depending on the amount we can set the percentage. So we should set the as minimum percentage as possible. Slippage in the price, so keep this minimum. Okay, then we need the amount out, which is amount out, let's see, let's call it as amount out, then equal to trade dot, so from the trade we can use this parameter as it is, that is minimum amount out and the run. So it will return us the minimum amount out for that particular swap amount. So we can pass the slippage over here. So based on slippage it will return us the minimum amount out using the from the liquidity pool. Then we should convert this, we should have this in the hex format or hexadecimal format. So we need to write this is from trade hexadecimal format, convert to hex. Okay, so here we need the ethers dot bit number, then the dot from we need to pass this amount out dot to string, it should convert to the string, then dot to hex string. So this will return us the hexadecimal string. So here we have the amount of min. Then we need the second parameter as the path. So constant path equal to, so we have the width, we need the address of that wrap width address and the token address, token dot address. Okay, so this is the path to swap the token. So this is again nothing but the route path. Then this is the to address, this is again the your account address where you will receive the swap tokens. Then we need the deadline. So deadline we can write like constant deadline equal to, here we can use the date function, date dot now. This will return us the epoch time, current epoch time, and we need to add some additional minutes or additional time into the current epoch time. So first we need to divide that by the 1000. So this will be in seconds. Okay, and then we can add the math.floor is to just round up the number, and then plus add the number of minutes, additional number of minutes. So current time plus let's say 20 minutes. So for that we need to add the plus 60 into 20. 60 is the again minutes, that should be seconds. So we are multiplying 20 to multiply by 60 and 20. Then deadline, we need deadline in hex format. So we can call this variable as something deadline time. Okay, and this is the deadline. So again this should be hex. So convert to hex. So ethers dot big number dot from, then we need to pass this deadline time and time dot to string, and again convert this to the hex format to hex string. So this will return as the hex format, hexadecimal format of the deadline. Okay, now we need the input value. So this is the additional parameter we require. So I will see that how we can pass this value to the function. Constant input, and we need to use the trade dot input amount dot raw. So this input amount nothing but the swap amount. So this will I will use that into, so value equal to, again we need to convert this to the hex, so same thing as ethers dot big number dot from input, that should convert to the to string, and then again convert that to the to hex string. Okay, this is the value, input value in the hex format. So I think we are done with all the parameters in the configuration. Okay, now we need to write that particular, that the swap function, so that we can call the transaction. So swap function is, we can call it, or we can write something constant transaction equal to, now Uniswap, wait, Uniswap signer. So this signer is to connect to the Uniswap contract, Uniswap signer. Then we need to use the this method, that is swap exact ETH for tokens. Swap exact ETH for tokens. Then we need to pass these parameters. So first parameter is amount out min, then the path, then to, and then the deadline. Okay, so here you can pass the amount out min, first parameter, then second is the path, third is the to, that is the account address or the wallet address, fourth is the deadline, so deadline. Okay, and we need to again add this input value. So for that we can write value colon, that is the value, input value. Okay, or you can change this to input value, this is better actually. So input amount, sorry. Okay, we can print that output of the transaction hash in console.log swap transaction hash. This is transaction dot hash. Okay, let me check if anything is missing. Okay, DappBlocks token is there, so just check the, so this is the contract, this is the Uniswap API or the Uniswap app. Here also you can swap the any token, just check the same token and check the value or the amount, same amount, so 0.001, so let's enter that 0.001. so this will, so if you can see the slippage over here, and there are additional features or the additional parameters to deadline. So if you swap this ETH, it will give us the 14.235, it will give us the 14.2359 tokens. So in this function or in this code, it should return as the same. So let me check one more time. This is the Uniswap router address, this is the swap, then the contract signer is there. Okay, then we have this token, DappBlocks token. Okay, token address is okay. Then we have b dot the doctor, okay, slippage amount out. Okay, then we have path, deadline. Okay, and the input amount. This looks So we need to call this Uniswap from here. Okay, so here you can run this code. So node index.js. So this first it executed the run basics, and then second method is Uniswap. So we have this transaction hash. You can copy this transaction hash from here and just go to the Etherscan and verify that. Just enter here. It's successfully added to this particular block. And this is the 0. And if you see here, these many tokens were received 14.2359, and there are additional decimal parameters, decimal value. Okay, this successfully got swapped. This is the value we have passed additionally. Okay. Okay, so this is how you can swap this ETH for token. Similarly, you can swap tokens for ETH. Also, we have there are multiple functions. So like other swaps function, and we also have the add liquidity, remove liquidity. You can go to the Uniswap router over here and check all the functions. This is swap token for exact token, then swap exact ETH for token, or exact token for ETH. There are lot many functions. You can use any of the functions as per your requirement. Also, we have the liquidity addition and liquidity remove liquidity functions. So add liquidity is there, add liquidity ETH, remove liquidity. So you can go through this router contract and you will understand all those functions which we can use. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.